Artist tips number 7. Tips for you artist people. That's me too. Learn your fundamentals. So this kind of piggybacks off of my last artist lessons. We become so obsessed with rendering because you feel like a real artist after you've rendered the shit out of something. You spend all this time shading, and people ask me, well, how can I get better at shading? Well, try to get better at drawing first, because here's the problem with a lot of here's the problem with what a lot of artists that I see doing is that you have these drawings and the fundamentals, your foundation is weak, and you should be concentrating more on, if you don't concentrate on anything else, the two things you need to concentrate on are anatomy and perspective. You need to draw anatomy. You need to learn perspective. Those are two very, very essential things. If you can get those two things down right there, then you will be ahead of 90% of your competition out there. So, and I put this drawing up. If you look closely, it's not the most perfectly colored drawing. This is when I was first starting to develop uh, coloring, digitally coloring my own work. And I was just playing around with stuff. You can look over here and see that I, you can look over here and see that I just had some abstracty kind of painterly stuff in the background, and this is a line drawing. I think that so many times, especially nowadays with the advent of digital coloring and painting and everything, we see all these awesome speed painting videos, and we see this people just throwing brush strokes up there, but then they turn into like mountains, and then they do all this cool stuff. Well, that kind of stuff takes time. It takes a lot of time. So I would suggest that instead of trying to be the awesomest speed painter concept design person, you actually learn how to draw a mountain. Draw a mountain. Get yourself some photo reference. I even have a resource for you guys. Check this out. I'm going to go ahead and go on my browser, and I'm going to go up here. Oh, look, here's my big, gigantic art reference page. So if you go down here, then you will see mountains, forests, rocks and cliffs, and caves. So here's a big piece of advice. Learn your fundamentals, and page is growing, by the way. So thanks to everybody that is joining the page. Let's take a look at this. This is a cool drawing right here, or it's a cool photo. Draw that. Use lines. Draw this. Don't paint it. Don't digitally bring out a bunch of brushes and try to make a bunch of abstract forms and shapes. Actually draw this. Draw this. Draw that line right there. Draw these lines over here. Draw them. Understand what you're drawing. When you draw them, look at what you're doing and look at the spots in there. Then go back and render them. But familiarize yourself with backgrounds and background shapes. That's why I put this stuff up here. I want you guys to draw this stuff. Use it for your reference, but draw it. That's a fundamental. Draw it. If you're an artist, then draw it. It's as simple as that. So you definitely want to grab some perspective. Look at some perspective tools. If you guys have picked up Sketchbook Pro, it has a bunch of perspective tools on there that kind of do the perspective for you, which is really, really helpful. Grab SketchUp. It's a pretty easy 3D program where you can line up and study your perspective. Don't just put the perspective in there, but like study what's going on. So I even have, check this out, you have animation backgrounds. So if you look at some of the stuff that I put up here, and this is just, and I'm slowly building up the collection. If we go in and look at this is some perspective. Look at these lines right here. Someone drew that. This is drawn. Drawn and then painted, obviously. Looks like it's some kind of watercolor or digital watercolor. But the point is you have to draw. You have to learn your fundamentals. It is so important. The reason why you're not maybe having successful paintings is that you may not have successful drawings. Not everybody thinks in terms of form. Nobody, I don't want to say nobody, but I don't think in terms of form first. I draw. I got all this anatomy reference up here for you guys. Check it out. Look at that. Draw that. Learn how to draw that. I got muscular women, muscular guys, all kinds of muscle reference right on this page. And my students that have gotten the course, this is what they use. Or at least I'm hoping that they use it. So I've got a resource with you for you guys on my artist page. Go in here and use this stuff. Start drawing stuff. Use your fundamentals. It's so important. You don't have to buy my course or learn anatomy from me, but you do need to learn anatomy, and you got to learn it sooner than later. So use your fundamentals. Thank you, everybody that's been supporting my art reference board, because I did really make that for you guys. And I will see you in the next episode. So, all right, bye.